Hey everybody, Kristen Irvin here with Everyday Beverly, and today we're joined with Katherine Baldini, my neighbor and owner of Cater Nation. Hi Katherine.
Hi.
So great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
And today we want to find out, what is Cater Nation and how did you get started?
So I started a long time ago. I started in 2004. Cater Nation is an online ordering system for people that have to arrange delivered food on a regular basis. So sales reps, pharmaceutical reps, administrative assistants, people that have to regularly bring in food, for business lunches, business breakfasts, and that kind of thing. So they can order online on our website, which is caternation.com.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So if I'm a pharmaceutical rep out there and I go out and visit or call on different offices, I can call you ahead of time and say, hey, this is what I need. So what are the service areas that you provide for?
Actually, we're all over Michigan.
All over Michigan.
All
Wow.
over Michigan,
That's
yeah. We
impressive.
are. We about maybe 5 years ago, we signed on some national partners. So,
Oh, wonderful.
Honey Baked Ham, Ruby Tuesday, Salsaritas. Some other restaurants, of course, that you would know and recognize. That helped us really to go national. But I would say Troy, Birmingham, Southfield, downtown Detroit. We've got a really good
Wow, that's
selection.
fabulous.
Yeah. So if you put in Birmingham, you would have maybe 40 or 50 choices.
Oh my
of
gosh,
caterers.
that's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you you offer the different caterers that
Yeah.
people can look for, and then they just choose it and let you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or they just do it online.
Yeah, really online is what it is. So it's a
Yeah.
web-based business, and it's zip code driven, if that makes sense. So if
Yeah,
you
totally.
put in, so when you put in, let's do Beverly Hills, right?
Okay.
So
Since we're in Beverly
48025,
Hills,
right? So you put in tomorrow 11:30 lunch, in zip code 48025. Up will come all the logos and the listing of all the restaurants and caterers.
Great.
And like I talked about national partners, but really we got started with a lot of really great local caterers, and I still work with all of them, and I'm signing on more every day. Actually, this week I met with two independent stores in Southfield and signed them both on, so they'll be on the website next week.
That's
But
fabulous. So
yeah,
how far in advance would somebody have to call to place
you know what?
their
Some
order?
of our caterers, they set their lead times, so
Okay.
some can do same day. To be really 2 hours would be our minimum, because by the time you get on, you put in the order,
Yeah.
it gets through the system and gets to them, and they check it over, and of course prepare it and deliver it. 2 hours is
And
the
I mean,
minimum.
how fabulous is that it can be delivered? So
Yeah.
you're doing your work as a sales rep and everything else, and you meet them there, and the food comes. You don't even have to bring it. How much? I mean, that's got to be so much
For
more
a
convenient.
yeah,
Oh my
imagine for
God.
those pharmaceutical reps,
Right,
where
your car
the
doesn't
food,
smell,
yeah,
or it doesn't spill in your car.
yeah.
I mean,
And I think
it's-
arranging the food can be one of the hardest
Right,
part.
right.
In addition to memorizing everything and meeting with
Yes.
doctors and selling your product,
right,
but
you're just thinking about
Yeah.
your job, and
right.
that
So
can be
yeah.
taken care of for them.
So a lot of our pharmaceutical reps actually get online on Sundays. I mean that you can do it anytime. That's the beauty of
Yeah.
web-based ordering. You can get on anytime, but on Sunday you could be thinking about your week and putting in, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even you can even pre-book 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks out.
Right. So pharmaceutical reps. What are some of the other insurance companies?
Yeah, all those financial
title
service
companies.
offices where, wholesalers are bringing in lunches for the financial advisors, HR departments. Yeah, we do a lot. Accounting firms too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do. So those are good months for us, March and
Right,
April
so
and September.
absolutely, when they're working overtime and they
Yeah.
need that. So remember, Katherine is local, and we want to support our local neighbors and businesses. So it's really
Thanks.
so keep her in mind when you're doing this, to keep our community strong. So what about holiday parties? I mean, I'm sure that with that coming up too, that's another thing that people consider
Yeah.
that maybe they're not even thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, maybe an office holiday party where, you've done potluck in the past, but you could order all the main dishes through Cater Nation.
Yeah.
We work with Honey Baked Ham. We actually work with some really nice caterers as well, full service caterers. And then everyone could still bring some potluck, but at least that main dish is there.
Oh, that's a good
So,
idea.
Yeah.
So if somebody still has that special dish dish that everybody likes or something.
Right,
like that.
exactly. Yeah. But we do
Can't live
about half our business is, hot food buffets, of course, a lot of chicken dishes and that kind of thing. And then half are sandwiches. And I know, I didn't eat very much for lunch either. Sometimes when I'm loading up a menu,
I can
I think,
imagine.
gosh, I'm hungry.
Just thinking about, okay, what's coming for dessert?
Yeah.
So is the cost of the delivery also included?
Yeah, actually, our caterers set their delivery fees.
Okay.
So, so I mentioned they set their lead time. They also set their delivery fees. So it's really anything from, a pizza place might only be $3, but I'd say on average it's probably $15, the delivery fee.
Okay.
And and then they also set their minimums. So you will see all that information when you go on to let's go back to our example of putting in, tomorrow in Beverly Hills 48025 at 11:30 a.m. Up come the restaurants, and you can see what their minimum is and what their delivery fee is.
Right. Well, that sounds wonderful. Bill, do you have any other questions? Bill's our partner here, and he had some great ideas before talking about.
What are the costs range from?
Yeah, maybe some of the cost range. That would be helpful, so people might have that in mind.
Yeah, I think these are all catering menus that we put onto our website, and so when a restaurant is creating their catering menu, they're realizing that these are going to be bigger orders, 20 people. So,
true.
I think the $10 to $11 price range is really kind of the sweet spot. So, and that would be an all-inclusive with beverages, desserts, and then you pay your delivery fee and tax, of course, and a tip if you. The tipping is always not always optional, but for the most part, it's optional.
So it's not necessarily built in.
No, just occasionally there are a few catering partners that really expect a 10% tip, let's say, but for the most part, it's up
worth
to
it, right?
and we actually I've seen the tipping change over the years, which is interesting. 10 years ago, people paid the delivery fee, and I would say tipping was maybe a quarter, and now it's probably like 3/4 of people will leave a tip, which is nice.
Good,
I know it's sort of a sign of the economy. Perhaps,
I think that's a good sign of the economy, and maybe people really just appreciate not having to do it themselves. They really realize that value. So.
Right. Yeah.
Well, so.
Cards?
What's that?
Credit cards. How do you pay?
Oh, right.
Actually, you can set up an account through our company. So,
nice.
which is nice because then just with one account, you have access to, like I said, 30, 40, 50 different restaurants and caterers that deliver.
Yeah.
And then, you'll
I have
just
this
pay
crazy
us.
question. Do people ever order from more than one caterer?
They don't really.
Okay,
No.
I just wondered,
No.
like, for this occasion, I want,
Yeah, I know it sounds like maybe that's something you would do, but then I think it becomes a little more confusing, like because then what you're going to go down to your lobby, and meet them all separately, or they're not all going to arrive, presumably like at exactly the same time.
Yeah.
So no, I would say, if you're going to do Mexican tomorrow, then maybe do, your pasta next week, or switch it up a little.
That's the beauty of it, right? You don't
right.
have to worry about like figuring out the next menu. You just look at the the options and take it from there. So
and we have everything from of course in our area we have so many Mediterranean places, and like I said, a lot of cold food as well, so delis and sandwich trays, salads. Oh, actually I was on the phone this morning with a great business in Birmingham. I don't think it's new, but it's new to me. It's a salad place called Seven Greens, and I was thinking of you because I thought you would like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
we've
healthy.
We've driven by there and have meant to go.
Yeah.
So are there some alternative type of vegan or vegetarian or
a lot of
kind of options?
Menus are moving in that direction, slowly.
Yeah.
Which is another one of, I don't know if you've heard of them, another one of our partners, and so they had a vegan and a gluten-free. A couple years ago, I signed on a gluten-free pizza place. Yeah, that was gluten-free only, and it was a little slow going in the beginning, but then people started using them, and even the non-gluten, allergies. They're allergic people, they loved the pizza.
Like
they thought
too.
the pizza was wonderful. Yeah, it was good. So,
I think that's the thing as these dietary, requests come in, or people have more sensitivities, maybe it's not so popular at the beginning, but then, as people find out that it's available, then it catches on.
Yeah.
So,
or they try
fantastic.
it and find, that it's everybody really enjoys it.
Yeah. Or you feel good when you eat it. So what the heck?
Yeah. I think also these those bowls, have you noticed on menus? Like those are becoming more and more popular.
Yes.
So the quinoa bowls.
Wow.
And and at Mexican restaurants as well, you can get now like the bowl instead of the burrito, and
so you don't have that the wrap and the carb and all that too.
Yeah. So I've seen a a lot of those.
So many possibilities.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to have Catherine's information available for you. As you can see on the screen, we'll have that. And then, Katherine, do you want to give us your website again?
Sure, yeah, it's caternation.com. So, cater as in catering food, nation.com. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. When you go on there, right on our homepage, you can put in a zip code
do you have an
for where
email
you
to
are.
be reached?
Yeah, and you can do Detroit@caternation.com, and that will come straight to me.
Yeah, so if you have any questions and you want to reach Katherine directly, Detroit@caternation.
Yeah, and then we're also in some other cities too. I've got partners in other locations, and so when I talked about signing on national partners, we all work together with our national partners. And if you had to do a luncheon, in Texas, you still could use Cater Nation.
Gotta love the web.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
Well, thanks so much for
Okay,
joining
thank you.
us. Yeah.
Thanks.
Please call Katherine. She does wonderful stuff. She gives you great service, and she really cares, and she wants to make your business successful. Thanks for joining us again today on Everyday Beverly. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Kristen.